Okay, I'm just about ready to put my camshafts in. Before I do that, I'm going to place one of these new HLA oil filters and its spring right in here. Okay, now I'm starting with my front cylinder. So with the crank gear and chain mark lined up with the mark on the case, that puts the piston at top dead center. And when I put in my camshafts, their marks will be in line with this edge, and the marks will be pointing out. Okay, so I got the engine turned so you can see this a little better. This timing mark's lined up down here. I'm going to start with my exhaust cam. Got all the bearing surfaces and cams lubed up. I'm going to engage it with the chain. And I want to engage it so that this mark in the gear lines up with this edge. Just like that. Do the same thing with the intake cam. There. Okay, so you can see that those marks on the gears are lined up with this edge, and that's with the piston at top dead center. And then if you count off the pins from the one that lines up with that mark to the one that lines up with that mark, it'll be 24 pins. Okay, so I got a little bit of lube on my camshaft cap, and I'll just set that down in place. Now that I have all my fasteners in here, I'll torque them down. There's 5 black bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The rest of these guys are white bolts. They all get torqued down to 104 inch-pounds, and the torque pattern is marked on the cap, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is fill my reservoir with engine oil. Okay, I ended up tipping the engine back a little bit, put it on a block of wood so I could get a little bit more oil in there. Don't know if I need to do that, but I did. I'm gonna put my new reservoir, or put my reservoir cap back on with a new gasket in place. Just make sure that the breather hole in the reservoir is clean. I think I forgot to mention to make sure the knock pins are in place when putting on that cap. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is install my automatic cam chain tensioner. So with this cap pulled off the back, I'm going to use a small screwdriver and just gonna drive back this shaft in here to pull the tensioner back, slide that into its home with a new O-ring installed. And put its cap nuts on. those guys in place, I can release the shaft, and that'll drive it into the guide, and then it can and then it's good, then it's ready to go. And I can put my cap back on the back of this. What I'm going to do is install my upper chain guide tension spring. So I pulled the plug out. I'll just set the spring in there, line that up, press it in, and tighten that in there. And I'll just torque this ACCT nuts to the standard 69 inch-pounds. There we go. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is install my valve cover. So just check my cam chain timing one more time. Make sure that's good. And then with a little bit of silicone on the plugs of the cam shaft cover, I'll put that gasket in place. And the cover. And these cover bolts will get torqued to 87 inch-pounds. Okay, so it's the same procedure for the rear cylinder. Line up my timing mark and put my cams in.